different glow. Papers folded like decisions, like a verdict I don't know. You said it's your body, alright, the posters in the hall. But Genesis whispered in the silence, we made them in our all. She was a flicker on a screen, a pulse I almost heard, knit thread in a secret room, a half-remembered word. My hands were steady like a judge, my suit a righteous code. But the thought kept threading through me, what if I hadn't wrote? Let us make in our image, they said in a thunder tone. And even law has edges where mercy carves bone. Psalm hummed beneath her breath, you knitted me unshown. I felt the stitch, the sacrosanct, the life I might disown. What if all God's children were born? What would the night become? A choir of small decisions, a country of undone. What if the hands that sign the sheets could hear the lullaby and see the face in shadow and answer with let live instead of why? What if all God's children were born? Would the world be worse or whole? Knit in the image held in the hollows of a trembling human soul. Job murmured in my head, you clothed me with skin and breath. And Jeremiah laughed soft, I knew you before your first step. The law book on the counter had an old uneasy clause. If men quarrel and a woman cries, the law will weigh the cause. Exodus remembered, dry as dust, a consequence of pain. But scripture folded like a shawl around a question with no name. I traded statutes for a heartbeat, counted reasons like a thief, and every fact I filed away couldn't bury up the grief. Before I formed you I knew, a voice like lamp oil poured. It lit the corners of my doubt and put a brand upon my sword. You told me, choose for freedom. I replied with choose for peace. But peace is a betrayal when a tiny miracle's decrees. What if all God's children were born? What would the night become? A choir of small decisions, a country of undone. What if the hands that sign the sheets could hear the lullaby and see the face in shadow and answer with let live instead of why? What if all God's children were born? Would the world be worse or whole? Knit in the image held in the hollows of a trembling human soul. Just this alarm mercy we're practicing tonight. What is faith if it doesn't hold us close when we're afraid? You were knitted in secret, a name carved before air. If I carry this, what justice will I name? If I don't, what shame? Velvet facts, cold and bright, the room becomes a choir. Every rule a ribbon, every ribbon holds a wire. I count the reasons they don't count, the hands that rock the bed. I hum the verses that the morning never said. What if all God's children were born small mouths? If every stitch was sacred, if every heartbeat stayed, would the world red thread its seams, or fear the price we paid? What if all God's children were born? What would the night become? A chorus, small miracles, a ledger under one sun. What if the hands that sign the sheets could hear the lullaby and bow to something older than the reasons that we cry? What if all God's children were born? Would the world be worse or whole? Knit in the image, sinful and holy, saved inside our human soul. We fold the law like blankets, we rock the world by hand. We sing for every silence, for the lives we didn't plan. Knit in the image, keep the sleeping small and warm. What if all God's children were born? Would love survive the storm?